Guests have arrived. Guest आ गए.
Yeah. Sam? Yes, sir, right. Do we ask them to rise up now?
Students, please be quiet. We are about to start the event.
You have to say this, okay? I mean, all of this I'm going to read, but I, Millie Agarwal, and I.
So, we have to stand together.
Yeah.
But we have only one mic here.
Yeah, so we just have to put it in the. But height, I think. When do we ask them to stand up? Should we ask them to stand up? Should we
No. Anup is walking behind. Robin is walking like an.
Mafia.
Hello.
Just tell as the torch is being lighted, we can stand.
We would request everyone to stand up once the torch is lit. All students to rise up when the torch is lit. Abhi be. Shubham is. We request everyone to rise up and make sure that all of you are wearing your masks. All participants and guests to rise up, please. And everyone to wear their masks. Can we have a huge round of applause? Some more excitement. We would request you to remain standing once the dignitaries enter, and there will be a prayer song after that, so please remain standing for that as well. Yes. The torch is being lit now. And the torch is lit. Please remain standing. Can we have a round of applause? The dignitaries and the guests are entering now. Let's give them a welcome with a huge round of applause. We request you to remain standing. We'll have a welcome song by the students of Durganagar High School NMC. Can we have a huge round of applause to welcome our guests?
Just tell one more time we'll stand up for the prayer song so that the guests also. I would request everyone in the auditorium to stand up for the prayer song.
Thank you to the students of Durganagar High School NMC. Thank you for that warm welcome. I request everyone to be seated now. So it's time to finally begin. So namaste, suswagatam, good afternoon.
Vanakkam Swagata.
On behalf of the HCL Foundation, I, Nili Agarwal,
I, Samuel Ebenezer,
extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here today. Thank you for joining us for the opening ceremony of the 4th edition of Sports for Change National Finals 2022 Nagpur. Yes, a huge round of applause. It's after having witnessed 2 years of the global pandemic that now we're excited to regroup at this scale. But we should not forget that COVID-19 is still around, so I request all of you to follow necessary protocols.
Sports for Change by HCL Foundation was launched as a key initiative in 2017 and marked the start of the foundation's journey to promote sports as part of the holistic education. These efforts help nurture talented children from deserving rural and urban communities across various sports. Over the years, we realized the transformative power sports can have in the life of these children. It has helped them to come out of their difficult circumstances, so we as an organization are merely fulfilling a role of a bridge for these immensely talented students you are seeing behind them, all colorfully dressed, to provide them the opportunity. I wish them all a best for a bright future. More than 650 children across 11 states and union territories are being here. This year we are also introducing the para sports. 30 selected para athletes have joined us, and this would create an awareness among our children about this para sports also.
So to begin with, we would like to extend a very heartful gratitude to the Vishweshwaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur, for hosting us. Thank you, Dr. Padole, for having us. VNIT Nagpur is one of the 30 National Institute of Technologies in the country and a center of eminence and excellence. With this, I would invite Dr. Pramod Padole to give the welcome address to everyone here. Dr. Pramod M. Padole is a diligent researcher and an able administrator focused on the strategic vision and long-term mission of VNIT Nagpur. He joined VNIT in 1998 as a faculty in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Since then, he's been involved in multiple roles such as teaching, research, and administration. Dr. Padole earned his bachelor's in mechanical engineering from VRCE and a master's in machine design from Veermata Jijabai Technological Institute, Mumbai. He completed his PhD from VRCE, Nagpur. Dr. Padole, we welcome you.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. It's my pleasure to be here for the inauguration of this sports meet, that is Sports for Change, the final rounds of 2022 being organized by HCL Foundation. I welcome all of you for the green campus of VNIT. We have got 214 acres of green campus, and in this auditorium, after the pandemic, I think this is the first event that we are organizing. So I am feeling very happy that the students from the different part of countries are here, and it is a sort of an inauguration of this auditorium. We have got the formal inauguration, but this is the first event after the inauguration of this auditorium. So I welcome Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, the chairperson of HCL Technologies. I welcome you, madam. Then Gerlin Anika, Mr. Vijay Anand Guntur, who is the president of Engineering and R&D Services, HCL Technologies, Ms. Nidhi Pundar, and all other dignitaries who are sitting on the dais, and also the dignitaries who are up the dais. It's nice to be part of this Sports for Change event, which is being organized at VNIT Nagpur. I am feeling proud that we are hosting it, and so indirectly we are part of this year program. HCL Foundation is doing extremely well. All of us must appreciate that they have been doing this kind of, I will say, a sort of service to the nations, and particularly for the students from the communities and the government schools who are coming under their foundations, and they have been organizing these kind of events almost from last 6 to 7 years, but this sports event is, I think, the fourth of its kind, which is being organized at VNIT. And the motto of all these foundations, and particularly for this kind of event, is to look after the fitness and health of the students from the various schools, and also to train them for sports, and then finally to organize this kind of competitions so that they can show their skills in sports, and which will help them for their overall and development. I have been told that they are having this sort of a competitions at the schools level, then district levels, then states levels, then finally zonal levels, and then those who have crossed all these, I will say, the competitions, they have finally come to this place for their finals. So I welcome all the students to VNIT for their finals, and wish them all the sort of a best, and I am sure that this 3 days event will be a very meaningful, and they will remember the good memories of the VNIT campus. And in fact, it would have been great that if we could have organized this inauguration event also at our open cricket ground, but somehow because of the rain that was not possible, and we are arranging it over here. So this is a great sort of a service by HCL to the all these students from the schools, and I also wish to tell HCL that we as a VNIT are also doing similar kind of things for the society. We are having a club called students club called Prayas, who have been working for the schools in and around Nagpur, which are the government schools or the Jilla Parishad schools, where our students, volunteers are going, and they are involved in various kinds of the activities, like arranging the competitive exams for them, then teaching them, calling them over here for the sports and the science exhibitions and other kind of things. So I am sure that our students will also be motivated and will be encouraged by seeing such a big sort of a event which is being organized by HCL. So they will be motivated. So once again, I welcome all of you to the VNIT campus, and I am feeling proud that we are also a sort of part of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are also proud to be part of this prestigious institution, having our inaugural event happening here. So now it's time to welcome our chief guest in the dais. So I would like to call our little champions of our sports achievers to felicitate. First, I would like to felicitate Roshinara Malhotra, Chairperson HCL Technologies and the CSR Board Committee. So, thank you. And next, we would like to invite and felicitate Dr. Pramod Padole, Director, VNIT Nagpur. Kids, you can give a big round of applause. These are people who have been inspirational to us. Thank you. Now I would like to felicitate Mr. Vijay Anand Kuntur, President, Engineering and R&D Services, HCL Technologies. We have two more people with us in the dais. Mr. Anup Sridhar, the Arjuna Awardee of 2007, former badminton player of India. So he is with us. So it's a real honor to have him, and we are going to felicitate him now. And we also have Jerlin Anika, our own HCL scholar who have been supported by us and been part of us, who is a 3 gold medal winner from the recent Deaf Olympics. So it's a proud moment for HCL Foundation. So we would like to welcome Jerlin Anika here.
Thanks to all our dignitaries and chief guests for making the time to come and encourage our sports players today. Can I have a round of applause for all of these wonderful people on the dais sitting here today who've come down from different parts of the country to encourage and support you. So we're here for a sporting event, and it's not possible that we don't have sports star amongst us. So we have Mr. Anup Sridhar and Miss Jerlin Anika, who will be reading out the sports pledge now. But before we do that, I just introduce them, though they don't need any introduction. They are stars here. So Mr. Anup Sridhar is a former badminton player of India and an Arjuna awardee. He won the National Badminton Championship 3 times in a row from 2004 to 2006. He made his international badminton debut in 2002, where he successfully qualified for the India-Asia Satellite Tournament. He also participated in several other international sporting events like Luster International Malaysia Satellite Tournament in 2002, Canterbury International Tournament in 2004, Norwegian International Tournament in 2003, and Proton Neon Malaysia Open Tournament in 2003. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar, for taking out time for us to be here. Accompanying Mr. Sridhar, we have Miss Jerlin Anika, badminton player ranked #1 in India under deaf category and second in the under 19 category. Jerlin has made the country proud by winning 3 gold medals in the recently concluded Deaf Olympics in Brazil. She is also HCL Foundation sports scholar and a student from HCL My School, Madurai. So huge round of applause for these sports stars present amongst us. Over to you.
Repeat after me, please, all students. We participants.
Can I ask all the students to stand up when the pledge is read? All the participants and all the students to stand up. And Mr. Anup will be reading the pledge, and I want the students to repeat it as he says.
All right. We participants of HCL Foundation's Sport for Change, National Finals 2022, pledge to abide, adhere and uphold all rules and regulations which govern the competition. As a participant, we will take part in this competition with discipline and sportsmanship. No matter whether we win or lose, what counts most is our effort and how we conduct ourselves during the competition. We also pledge that we will not use or promote the use of drugs, dope, and other banned substances. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sridhar and Ms. Anika. And like they rightly said, it's not about winning or losing. It's about playing. It's about the sportsmanship, and it's about enjoying. So before we move forward, we would play a video from the last SFC National Finals, which were held in Lucknow in 2019. It'll give you a snapshot of what happened during that event and what to expect this time. So can we have that video, please?
Sports for Change is a very special program by HCL Foundation, which was started almost 4 years ago with a very different thought. We realized that sports has the power to help children come out of their difficult circumstances. Many of these children lived in heavy crime-affected areas. Sport has started creating a change the mindset of all the children, keeping children away from other behaviors, drug addictions, mental depressions, family problems. Suddenly we realized that there was a new potential and there was a new light in the lives of these children. There was a brightness which came out. And that's when we conceptualized this program called Sports for Change, Badlav ke liye khel. Third edition which we are doing. So year 1 we had 300 students, year 2 we had 350 students, and this year we are doing a state format. It is total of 6 states and 1 union territory. The union territory is Jammu and Kashmir. We have Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Rajasthan. Once we see that they have a talent and there is a team potential, we bring them out and we start spending more in terms of nutrition, more in terms of their professional kits, coaching, and then they are trained into a larger state level and a national level program. For the Sports for Change finals, they have travelled on trains for the first time in their lives. They have seen any stadium of national level for the first time in their life. Many of the children didn't even know or had ever seen like a formal shoe which is used for sport. So there's this whole element of first and the transformation, and that's where HCL Foundation just becomes, I would say, the bridge between a higher level opportunity and between the circumstance from where they came. Actually, there is no looking back, because sports teaches you both winning and losing, but when they lose, they aspire to win again.
you all excited? Ready to be the next sports star of India, of the world? Yes? No? Show us some more energy. Great.
Yes, that was a Josh that was wanted. So now to know more about the journey of Sports for Change with HL Foundation, I would like to invite Ms. Nidhi Pondir, Vice President Director, HL Foundation, to take us through the journey of Sports for Change for the last 4 years now. Ms. Pundir is a global head of CSR for HCL, HCL Foundation, the CSR arm of HCL Technology. She has more than 23 years of experience in human rights and child rights. And now I would like to invite her to speak more about Sports for Change.
A very, very warm good morning today here in Nagpur, and I must say Jai Maharashtra. Jai Maharashtra. Everybody can say Jai Maharashtra. Awesome. So thank you so much for hosting us here at VNIT. And I must say that without the support coming from Dr. Pramod himself and his entire team, we couldn't be here. We always look for institutions which have good sports facilities, good hostel facilities, food facilities. We need, each time there are 600-700, and each year the number is growing, children coming from all over India. And it takes a lot of courage for all the students, players, and their parents and the communities to actually come here. Wherever we host the event, I think it becomes one big family, and we've seen in the video about Sports for Change. I'll just take very few minutes, maybe just 2-3 minutes, to welcome students from, actually it's 8 states and 2 union territories, but what you have done is amazing. You have been selected from amongst 2,700 students, players who participated through the year, through various qualifier rounds. The courage that you have shown, especially during pandemic times. I know that you were practicing on your little terrace or courtyard, and they were online coaching, and a huge round of applause for all the coaches, because it's your I would say zeal and inspiration, and we were just discussing in the morning with Mr. Sridhar that it's more than anything else, it's the mental strength that all of you have shown during the toughest possible times that humanity has seen, but you continued, and you, despite all odds, you have worked hard. So heartiest congratulations to your parents, your families. Sports, reaching this milestone itself is huge, is massive. But we have dreams for you, and that's where I want all the HCL Foundation team members, please stand up wherever you are, working for so many days through the year, being that spirit behind the entire HCLF team, the HCL Technologies volunteers, the partners, the mentors, the coaches, everybody please. And students, I really want you to cheer for them. Without them, nothing will be possible. Thank you everyone. The biggest thing they do, they dream, and they dream for you, and that's very important. We've been watching, there have been sleepless nights looking into each and every room, the child protection policy, the chaperoning policy, the safety policy, even looking at whether there are snakes on the campus, having all the rescuers, the ambulances in place, what not. And thanks to all your communities and parents who have trusted us with this huge responsibility. We have students all the way from Nagaland, from Kashmir. And today morning I was talking to the Chief Secretary of Nagaland. I was like, your students are with us, and they were so happy, because what more than sports can really mainstream this country? So sports has that power, and we truly celebrate it. I must also, at this point of time, let you know that we already have players. 5 years ago when we started this journey, we used to walk in the slums and the villages and all. We were like, Why are they not playing? What is this right? We were saying education, but is education complete without sports? बिना खेल के बचपन कैसा? और बिना structured खेल के बचपन कैसा? And they really need opportunities. And look what all of you have done. We have Jerlin with us. We have so many students, the torchbearers. You're already playing nationals. We have cricket teams. We have kabaddi teams. We have... So sports is also about a huge teamwork, appreciating each other's contribution. I was in the hostels yesterday and I saw many of you washing your clothes. You know, and I was telling my colleagues, these are life skills. So take every opportunity, each opportunity when you travel. Travel teaches us a lot. Travel is one thing that breaks all prejudices. We respect food, we respect culture, we respect each other's language. These are the things to learn during your stay. Appreciate, have gratitude. I know we are sitting in a slightly warmer room today, slight technical glitch there, so pardon us for that. But I think it's resilience, and that's what sports is all about. Let me wish each and every one of you to perform to the best of your capability. Take both win. Of course, when you win, we dance and we celebrate. But when we lose, we come back. So let's not, I've seen anxiety attacks on the field, I've seen all kinds of things, but we will face, it's just the, you know, the same coin and two sides of it. That's what it is. But let's give it our best and enjoy these 3 days here. Thank you so much, and once again, thanks a lot for hosting us at prestigious Vienna.
Thank you, Ms. Pundi, for such words of inspiration and motivation. Now it's time to felicitate our achievers, our sports achievers. It's time to honor them with the awards here. So I request all of them to be around the stage. I would be announcing your names one by one, and then our guests would be felicitating you all. So I would request Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra to felicitate our first sports achiever, Sujata from Telangana. She represented her state in 4 football nationals and also got selected in the Indian camp. Sujata from Telangana. Huge round of applause. Next, we have Pooja Kanodia from Uttar Pradesh. Pooja represented her state in Mini National Volleyball Championship in 2019 and secured the 3rd position. Pooja Kanodia from Uttar Pradesh. Thank you, Ms. Malhotra. Can I request Dr. Padole to please step forward and felicitate our next set of winners? We have Danish Nazir from Jammu and Kashmir. Danish participated in state-level volleyball championship. Danish Nazir from Jammu and Kashmir. A huge round of applause for him. Next, we have Rinchin Dolkar from Ladakh. Rinchin secured 1st position in state athletic meet for the 5-kilometer run. Rinchin Dolkar from Ladakh. Thank you, Dr. Padole. Can I request Mr. Anup Sridhar to step forward and felicitate our next set of winners? We have Kanchan Chaturvedi from Madhya Pradesh. Kanchan represented her state in National Football Championship. Kanchan Chaturvedi from Madhya Pradesh. Next, we have Suji from Tamil Nadu. Suji represented her state in Sub-Junior Kabaddi Nationals and secured a silver medal. From Tamil Nadu. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar. Can I request Mr. Alok Verma Project Director, HCL Samudhan Clean Noida, to step forward and felicitate our next set of winners. We have Preetham Iyer from Karnataka. Preetham secured silver medal in state level athletics meet. Preetham Iyer from Karnataka. Thank you, Mr. Verma. Can I request Mr. Shailesh Kamlakar Ravle, Global Program Director, HCL Technologies, to step forward and give the next set award. We have P. Kandora Rao, Kabaddi player from Andhra Pradesh. He represented Andhra Pradesh in Youth Kabaddi National Championship in 2019.
A good round of applause, please.
From Andhra Pradesh. Huge round of applause for him. Thank you, Mr. Shailesh. Can I invite Ms. Jerlyn Enika for the next set of awards, please? We have Parmanand Talewar, who's an international Kabaddi player. Huge round of applause for Parmanand. Parmanand Talewar from Karnataka, ladies and gentlemen. Para Kabaddi, participant of Para Kabaddi. Next we have Pallavi. Pallavi from Bangalore, Karnataka. She is a national level badminton player. She secured 3rd place in the Bhubaneswar Games. State level singles first prize. Pallavi from Karnataka. National level badminton player, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have a huge round of applause for all our achievers who've been felicitated and the ones sitting in the audience. You all deserve to be applauded. I'm sure this swells our heart with pride seeing such immensely talented player amongst us. So to move on from sports, I think it's also time to sort of get to know culture better, and they say if you want to know a place, find its heart and soul, find its culture. So in order to make us understand more about the city we're in, we have our performers from Durgapur High School NMC with a dance number. So can I have a huge round of applause for our little performers here in colorful outfits who've been practicing very hard. Thank you. We're indeed proud to celebrate 75th year of our independence. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Huge round of applause for our little performers here. Next, we have another lovely performance by S. Sivagami, who's a national level Silambam player. Silambam is an ancient martial art form from Tamil Nadu, and she would be performing her martial act here. Huge round of applause for her.
Thank you, Shivhami. She is also an awardee of Universal Achievers Books of Record. So that's one again crown and feather. Okay, so now we are going to the next part, the most awaited part. As rightly said by Dr. Padole, it would be a great pleasure to watch if this whole thing happened in an open door in the big ground that we have in the very entrance of VNIT. But then, of course, Rain God had some other plans for us, so we are having it here. So now there will be the march past, the representative of each state, all the 11 states and union territories will be marching in this auditorium. And first of those, we want to welcome Andhra Pradesh, which has been led by MNV Sindhura, the torchbearer and the flag bearer. Volleyball player, participated in junior nationals at Budwan, West Bengal 2014-15 and youth nationals at Islampur, Maharashtra in 2017 and 18. And here we have team from Andhra Pradesh. Team, we have a good round of applause. And we also have the Kondora Rao, the flag holder, company player who participated in the youth nationals at Bangalore in 2019-20.
Led by the flag bearer Danish Nazir, who represented JNK in the volleyball national team. Followed by the placard bearer Deepna Ashish, who represented the state district level.
Followed by we have Karnataka, led by Grisham, the state level athlete, and Sanjana, the state level volleyball player.
From Ladakh, led by Jigmet Wangpo, second position holder in the long jump at the Union Territory level, followed by the torchbearer and flag bearer Hasmat Fatima, who got first position in the girls long jump game at the Union Union Territory level. Cheers for the Ladakh team.
Next we have the Madhya Pradesh team. Kanchan Chaturvedi represented Madhya Pradesh in Football National Championship, and Monika Jaiswal represented Madhya Pradesh in the Football National Championship. Here comes the Madhya Pradesh team.
Next we have the team from Maharashtra led by Shrunal, who played district level football championship in 2021-2022. Cheers for the Maharashtra team.
Cheers for the whole team now. And next we have Nagaland. Momo Lamba represented district and inter-district football championship, and Nain Mongba represented district and inter-district football championship.
Coming next is the team from Rajasthan led by the torchbearer Dhanonia Harijan, who is a football player, represented Rajasthan in the state game. The placard bearer is Ram Avtar, who represented Bhilwara district at the Rajasthan State Football Championship. Cheers for the Rajasthan team.
Now we have Tamil Nadu, led by Harni Devi, women's cricket. She has been the Tamil Nadu Probables under-19 team. And we have Suji, representing the sub-junior Kabaddi National silver medalist 2021 held at Taki.
Next up is the team from Telangana. Syed Imtaz Ahmed is the torchbearer. He's a football player who's represented the state 4 times in the national level football championship. The flag bearer is P. Sujata, who's a volleyball player, represented the state in junior nationals and selected for under 17 in India's camp. We have Ibrahim Khan who represented Telangana in junior nationals and got selected for the under 17 and represented the state in those games.
And finally, here comes the defending champions Uttar Pradesh. Shaili Pogart participated in Kalo India Volleyball Nationals Under-18 Sub-Junior State Championship, and Sambir Singh participation in Kalo India Volleyball National Under-18 Volleyball Junior State Championship 2019 silver medalist. Please welcome the defending champions Uttar Pradesh. We have kept the best for the last. Here comes the HCL Foundation Excellence players. These are the team who's been picked up from all over the places, all the 11 locations that we are working. And this is the team that we have got across the states and locations that we are working in. And you can find people from Tamil Nadu, from Uttar Pradesh, from Nagaland, everywhere. So this is the excellence team for HCL Foundation. Students, I want you to give a good round of applause for this excellence team that we have.
And a huge round of applause for all our teams here. Thank you, teams. So, we have our chief guest for the afternoon today, and we are immensely happy, and it's our pleasure to welcome Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, who's the chairperson of HCL Technologies and the CSR Board Committee Chair, especially since we're celebrating the 75th year of our independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I'll just read out a quick introduction for Ms. Malhotra, though she doesn't need one. But Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra is the CEO of the $11.8 billion HCL Corporation and is responsible for providing strategic guidance to the organization. Roshni is also the trustee of the Shiv Nadar Foundation. Since its inception, the Shiv Nadar Foundation has invested $1.1 billion in nation-building institutions and driving transformational change. Roshni is also the chairperson and driving force behind Vidya Gyan, a leadership academy for the economically underprivileged, meritorious rural students of Uttar Pradesh, and has been working towards nurturing future leaders from rural India who can be catalysts of change for their communities, villages, and the nation at large. Passionate about wildlife and conservation, Roshni established the Habitat Trust in 2018. The foundation aims to work towards protecting India's natural habitats and its indigenous species with the core mission of creating and conserving sustainable ecosystems through strategic partnerships and collaborations with all stakeholders at every level. In recognition of her outstanding work, both in business and in philanthropy, Roshni has received several honors and accolades. Some of these include being featured for the 5th consecutive year in the world's 100 Most Powerful Women list, compiled and released by Forbes in 2021. In 2020, Forbes also featured her among the 25 most powerful businesswomen in Asia. Roshni was conferred with Louis Institute Community Changemaker Award by the Babson College in 2017 and was recognized by Horasis, an internationally renowned think tank, as the Indian Business Leader of the Year 2019. She is an alumnus of the Forum of Young Global Leaders, a unique and diverse community of the world's most outstanding next generation leaders, an initiative of the World Economic Forum. We're indeed honored to have Ms. Roshni Nader Malhotra amongst us, and all the students are excited to hear from you, Ms. Malhotra. Over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, Dr. Pramod Padole and the team at VNIT, thank you so much for hosting HCL Foundation and the Sports for Change. It's such a beautiful venue, and it's green and it's lush outside, and this auditorium is beautiful as well. So thank you so much. To all the other dignitaries on the stage, in the audience, thank you for being here, for supporting all of you. For me, it's so exciting to see all the students here, and I'm sure there were so many more who participated. And I hope the best team and the best state wins, but all of you are winners. I was also just thinking in my head that a sign of being very old is that when you're on stage and someone gives you a trophy, but you haven't played. I look forward to hearing from the HCL Foundation team how well all of you do. I'm so excited. It's a humbling experience for me. I've never seen in one room, all of India represented, all the way from Kashmir, Ladakh to Tamil Nadu, from Rajasthan, Maharashtra, all the way to Nagaland. So it's amazing to see all of you. I'd just like to leave you with a thought. Whether in your lives you go on to actually become, sports persons, I think what sports teaches you are life skills. As Nidhi mentioned, it teaches you to win, it teaches you to lose, it teaches you about competition, it teaches you about teamwork, it teaches you about compassion, patience, competitiveness, combativeness, all skills that you're going to need in life. Because today I think most of you will be in your teens, maybe younger, maybe slightly older, but one day you'll get to 40, and then one day you'll also get to 50, and you're going to get older. So I think the skills that you learn today and being involved in sports will serve you very well in life. So best of luck, and it's so nice to meet all of you and so nice to be here. Thank you to the HCL Foundation team. You guys never leave any stone unturned, so that's great, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Ms. Roshni Nader Malhotra, for actually taking time out from your busy schedule and flying all the way to Nagpur to encourage our sports men and women here. A huge round of applause for Ms. Roshni Nader Malhotra. And I think the important takeaway for all of you seated here, budding sports people, is that it's not important to win or lose. It is important to enjoy the process. It's important to be a player. It's important to be a team player. And it's important to pick up the important life skills that sports teaches you. So is that what all of you will do? Yes? No? Enjoy the process. That's most important.
And we now just want to recreate the proud moment that we got in Brazil. So I would kindly request Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra to hand over the medals to Jerlin now.
We're recreating a historic moment, the medals that Jerlin won in the Brazil Games recently. Thank you.
Now the match pass team can just move back and be at your original positions. You can just disperse. And once they disperse, we'll be having the captain's entry. One other pioneer thing that we do in our Sports for Change. Everybody would be loving to watch the little champions and the little ones walking inside the podium. First day. And now we'll be having the entry of our captains. And when the captains enter, I request all the students to give a good round of applause and encourage them and greet them. So here comes the captain, and we'll also be having the flag ceremony along with that. Come on, give them a good round of applause as the captains walk in. All the guests to come down to greet the captains. would request all the students and the guests to stand up. We are going to have the flag ceremony now. So all the students and the guests stand up, and we are going to have the flag ceremony now. And as a respect to flag, I don't want you people to talk among yourself. Be in silence. Thank you. Now we'll be having the national anthem. So I request people to remain standing, and we'll be having the national anthem now. Thank you. So now there will be a flag ceremony happening. I request the national flags to be received by Dr. Pramod Padole and the HCL Foundation flag to be received by Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra. Ms. Roshnara Malhotra to declare this event open.
I declare Sports for Change National Finals 2022 open.
Let the games begin.
Yes.
All of you can be seated now. We've created a little photo booth for our guests.
I would request the audience to be seated. Now we'll be requesting Ms. Roshnara Malhotra to inaugurate the wheelchair basketball in the basketball stadium in VNIT. So we would request the guests to...
Thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been indeed an honor with the galaxy of stars that we've had on the dais today, and I'm sure this gives you motivation to perform better, does it? Yes? Are we going to put in our best? Best foot forward. So thank you for joining us and let the games begin.